And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Livingston High School in Livingston, Essex County, New Jersey. We have a Livingston versus Livingston matchup here, sponsored by the NJSIAA at the high school varsity level between the hosting Livingston Lancers and a private school near the Livingston Mall, just about 5 minutes away, Newark Academy. These two teams are both looking to bounce off of a tight and tough schedule that they were able to come up of what they believe to be the best possible. Newark Academy, very tough beginning to the season. They come out of this one with a record of 2-3. They lost to Belleville 2-1, a very strong team. Then they, at their home opener, took down Bloomfield 3-0, lost to Seton Hall Prep, toughest game of the season, 4-0. And then at Columbia, they lost 1-0 before coming off of a victory like Livingston, a 2-0 win versus the Nutley Maroon Raiders. And then on the other side, the Livingston Lancers, 4-1, very strong year for them once again, bouncing off of a phenomenal season last year. They have a 1-0 win at home versus Milburn to start the season. Then they lost to Seton Hall Prep 2-0 to push them back to 500. But don't believe me here. Well, I mean, believe me here when I say this. They went on a run, and they're hoping to continue today. They visited Bloomfield with a 2-0 win. Then they hosted Columbia with a 4-1 win and West Orange with a 1-0 win. The West Orange, Seton Hall Prep, and Milburn game you can catch on the on-demand function on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS network. Now let's take a look at today's keys to the game between these two Livingston sides. As for Newark Academy, utilize Alter in goal. Alter is a goalkeeper with an assist, which is something that Benjamin Pollock did for the Livingston Lancers last year. Having assist abilities as a goalkeeper and just a strong foot like the senior of Alter is really going to be helpful for Newark Academy, especially when they need to split this very strong four-line Livingston defense that has Connor Strunsis switching out with Noah Fisher on the defensive side. Sometimes they push Fisher up and put Strunsis in the lineup. Zach Feldman, all-conference first-team sweeper, and then Mr. Speed, Krish Malhotra on the right. We all know how fast he is, track star as well. And then Aaron Henselvitz, who played a year of academy football last year, on the left. So a very strong defense for Livingston. Newark Academy need to utilize that, as well as their size. Size-wise, they are much bigger than Livingston. Median height of their team, roughly 5'11". Livingston cannot say the same. They do have some big players, but not as big as Newark Academy. Newark Academy definitely not as physical, but they have the ability to do so if they would like to, considering size and strength under head coach Hernando Santamaria. And then on the Livingston side, reset with the back line. The Livingston back line not only is tough, but they are also technical, and they communicate excellently under Captain Zach Feldman, Captain Noah Fisher, and then, of course, the strength on the outsides as the players now take the field. And then lastly for Livingston, play simple runs on the sides. Fisk and Chiswick, two phenomenal wingers who also are excellent in the middle, but are two phenomenal wingers at the varsity level with very, 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 very strong feet. Chiswick last year led the team in assists during the first half of the season, put in the one and only goal for the Lancers to win their previous game versus West Orange, a huge victory for them. On the other side, Fisk last year was the team's leading goal scorer and is very thirsty for his first goal of the season versus a Newark Academy side that Livingston really believe they could take down today. So that is today's keys to the game. And now we are getting ready for some Livingston soccer, I should say. Two Livingston schools will be playing here on the field as the Lancers will now take the field after the captains met. And now both teams will go into their huddles. Now, my apologies, it is a little loud behind me. That is because the band is having practice for the football game this Friday, in which Livingston travels to take on Roxbury. They're 1-2. That'll be this Friday. And now Livingston will get into their huddle. Zach Feldman, Krish Malhotra, Lucas Chiswick, Connor Strunsis, Jared Fisk, Aaron Henselvitz, Lob Siegel, Logan Paredes in goal, and Andy Pessoa. Their starting lineup for Newark Academy: Max Alter, Aiden Liu, Nick Sikelis, Alex Atlas, Alejandro Lorenzo, Zach Strain, Nate Campbell, Jeff Koonsweiler, Luca Lonkar, Damian Correa, and Michael Russo. Their starting lineup, of course, in goal, the senior Max Alter for Livingston, the senior Logan Paredes. Two very strong goalkeepers, two strong programs that are looking to come off of a massive win today in their hometowns. I'm Ryan Lowy. I'm soloing today here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS network. The weather is phenomenal, a little windy, but it is the first day of fall. So we'd like to wish everybody a happy first day of fall, which started 2 hours ago. And we'd also like to hope that everybody is ready and able and willing to watch the entire game here in this Livingston Derby between Livingston High School Lancers and the Newark Academy Minutemen. As Grossman will kick it off, Lancers lost the toss. They will kick it off. They are defending left side, right side, Newark Academy defending. Both teams will be attacking vice versa. Two officials today. The official running the clock in charge. We'll blow the whistle. Let's play soccer here in Livingston as the Lancers control far side. Passed on up. And now swung on back. Strunsis able to find his fullback option and then swing it all the way back to Feldman. Feldman, all conference. First team, looking to be all state this year. Defender. As ball is played on up for Mr. Speed. And now the Lancers progress up the field. Ball over to Fisk. Fisk plays middle option of Andy Pessoa. Pessoa at the 50. Plays it on back to Mr. Speed, and now right on to the middle. Strunsis pings the ball on up. There's a Fisk one-touch. Down the line come the Lancers. Lob Siegel trying to maneuver by the defensive line. He swings one on in, and it's cleared away. And Fisk will control out in the back for the Lancers. Takes a little bit too heavy of a touch, but is able to keep it in. He will try and pass one up down the line to Siegel. And the Lancers control. Andy Pessoa, Lancers Jr., plays one on out to Fisk. And Fisk will take the defender down the line. Tries to maneuver around him, but rejecting him from doing so is Nate Campbell. But it is a Lancers corner kick. Kicking it for the Lancers, Jared Fisk. Lancers look to try and play it short. They'll now reset from the corner. This is Jared Fisk, starting right wing, taking it. Chiswick starts as the left winger. Ball pinged on in now. High in the air, a little too strong. And ball will go over for a goal kick. Alter will signal his Minutemen to head on up the field. Coaching-wise, Newark Academy head coach Hernando Santamaria, assistant coach Dan Petrillo, Livingston Lancers on the other side, Coach Rubinetti, assisted by Coach Gill, JV Coach Charney, running his JV squad down at the Oval across the street. Freshman team not playing today, they have practice. Ball played up at the 50 and headed up in the air by Strunsis. And now Newark Academy will head it back. There's a strong ball pinged on up. It will bounce high and far side. It rolls out of play, unable to keep it in. Campbell. Lancers throwing. Once again, it's a Livingston Derby, Newark Academy, just a 5-minute bus trip as the ball is thrown on in and headed up in the air. 2 40-minute halves we play as Chiswick relays one up behind him, and it's headed on up. Clock does not stop, unless, of course, there is an injury. Mr. Speed plays one on up the line. Jared Fisk, a beautiful ball down the line right there. Grossman slows down, loses balance, and he will surrender the ball on away as Aiden Lou shields him, and the ball is out of play for a goal kick. Max Alter will now relay one on in after it was passed to him from Alex Atlas. Ball was out of play for a Newark Academy reset. Weather absolutely beautiful, a little bit of wind, band in the background. I kind of enjoy it. We're 3 minutes in. And it's a 0-0 ball game. Lancers doing most of the controlling in the backfield and pressing on up as well. Alter's big boot is displayed right there. It's all the way up past the 50. Deflected off a Lancer back. And now Newark Academy will control. Here's Luca Longcar. Played on up far side. Trying to take him down the line and shut on down. Ball shot on in and deflected off a Lancer. Paredes able to make the catch. And Paredes will slow down play as he rolls it right on back in. Lancers control. Ball pinged on up, far side. Henselvitz pings the ball now up the field. It rolls and will be controlled by Alejandro Lorenzo down in the back. Uses his goalkeeping option. Alter pings one into the middle. It's kept on in. A little fight. Fisk is able to come up on top right outside the 18. And he passes one with the outside of his foot right back to Alter. Our play will now reset. Once again, I'm Ryan Lowry right here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network, presenting to you today's game live from Jacobson Field in Livingston, New Jersey. Ball played on up high and far. Back and forth in the middle. Newark Academy control. Ball deflected on away. Longcar. And now the Lancers control down in the back. Mr. Speed plays one up to Fisk. Fisk relays one up top. Ball will roll right to Pessoa. Pessoa, wearing number 10, the junior, takes it on down the field. He's challenged. Can he make it by? He's swarmed by 2. And it's deflected out of play by Luca Longcar. And the Lancers will throw it on in. Mr. Speed, Krish Malhotra, the fullback, puts it back into play. And it's number 17 on the Lancers. who will play it on back. That's Noah Fisher. Lancers swing it around far side. Play it on back. Strunsis. Fisher. Fisher swings one on up. Touch taken by Fisk as he relays one on the side to Pessoa. Pessoa crosses one in. Touch, no shot able to be taken. Fisk maneuvers, swarmed by two, and it's cleared on out of play right there. However, it deflected off of Fisk last. And it will now be a goal kick. Atlas able to do some shielding and some deflecting to give Newark Academy a goal kick here. Just over 5 minutes into the first half. Beautiful day. Lancers, next game is this Saturday, right here at the Jake and on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. I'll be there with Jacob Gorin as planned, as Krish Malhotra heads one on up. Mr. Speed. Lancers control. A shifty team they're going to take on this Saturday. The Dub Field, they call him Westfield. As here's Charlie Grossman leading the team in goals with 4 in the back. He's tripped on up. Lancers control. They swing it all the way on back. Fisher relays one to Henselwitz, the fullback making a wingback style run. We'll play one on up, deflected again by the line. And Newark Academy control. Ball attempted to be relayed on up. Unsuccessful, and the Lancers will still control. Ball play to the 40. Strunsis. Swarmed, plays it on away. Shizovic with the one touch. Far side, and Fisher, with his very strong touch, will press on through, where he is slide tackled and met at his end by Nick Sikelis and works himself a Lancers corner kick. Not too much of an attendance here today. Looks like roughly 50. 2 on the Newark Academy side. Quite surprising. Not too far of a drive from the school. Roughly 5 minutes from the Livingston Mall, its closest landmark, and across the street from Kushner Academy of the Yeshiva League for athletics. A nice soccer field they've got going on there. Ball played out to the back. Too strong of a touch by Henselwitz, and it's taken away by Newark Academy, and Livingston will now control in the backfield. Krish Malhotra acting as the last line, pings one on up. Off ahead by Feldman, and now a little back and forth in attacking territory for the Lancers results in a Newark Academy free kick. Lancers trying to get shifty off of the corners. Alter plays one on in real quick. Newark Academy control. Ball attempted to be played on up is deflected by Lav Siegel, playing up top for the Lancers. No substitutions yet. 8 minutes on into this ball game. Beautiful day here in Livingston. Off ahead, the Lancers control. A nice ball played into Lav Siegel. Rolls a little too far. He'll go one-on-one with Nick Sikelis. Nick tries to shift him into the middle. Siegel doesn't take the bait. He plays it on back. This ball is pinged on in high. The header, a little too strong from Grossman and a little too close as well. And it is going to be a goal kick now coming off of Max Alter. Again, the wind is blowing and not resting. 31 and a half roughly left to go. Here in the first half. Alter will play a ball on up now. Malhotra heads one in the air. And the Lancers will control Pessoa. And he relays one on over to Jared Fisk, who swings the ball across the field to Henselwitz. Henselwitz drives past the midfield line. Plays one on up. Shizovic from the left. Weaves on through, but he's met at his end. However, able to clean up his mess is Fisher. Grossman toe taps one over to Andy Pessoa. A little too strong, but Fisk cleans it up, plays one right back into Grossman. Some 1-2 taps, and Pessoa relays one high up in the air beautifully to Fisk. Fisk crosses one on in. It's headed and under pressure and cleared on away by Luca Longcar. And Newark Academy control in a messy fashion, as this is going to be a Newark Academy throw-in. Ball there by Michael Russo, deflected out of bounds by the Lancers. And they will actually now say it is a Lancers throw-in, so there was no deflection, as I thought. Throw-in from the fullback, and the Lancers control. All played on up, and we heard a whistle. Ball was out of bounds for a throw-in for Newark Academy from the other side of Livingston. Livingston, a beautiful town with a population of a little over 30,000. 2 private schools and a public high school. 2 middle schools, 1 for 6th grade and 1 for 7th and 8th graders as Alter cleans up this send. And it's rolled right back on in. Newark Academy. Ball played in the middle. Here comes a drive. Quickly relayed on up. And deflected out of play there. Pressing on up Alejandro Lorenzo. And from the far side, we see a quick throw-in. And Newark Academy control. There's a nice through ball. Doing some weaving and maneuvering. And driving on through are the Minutemen. Left foot is sent on in, and Paredes, locked down Logan, calls everyone off for the cleanup. Luca Kunzweiler trying to get shifty with it, and he's shut down. Paredes throws one on in far side. Played on up. Livingston control in dangerous territory. And they will now switch sides of the field to close side. There's Mr. Speed. Relays one on up past the half. It's Jared Fisk. Fisk led the Lancers in goal last year. Sends the ball a little too strong. Alter off his line. Grossman will try and turn and take a shot. He's swarmed by 3 or 4. He'll instead decide to play a ball far side. And the shot in the back of the net for a Lancers goal. The first of the game. It's Lucas Chisarick. And it's 1-0 Lancers. They get started early. That's what you like to see. Lucas Chisarick, the left midfielder, with his 2nd goal of the season after scoring the one and only goal versus West Orange, puts Livingston on the board. They're up 1-0 as the ball is now played on back in Newark Academy control. Here's Alejandro Lorenzo, uses the fullback option, and now we see the center back controlling. Newark Academy will swing it around. It's Jacob Cole. Back to the keeper. Alter plays the ball on up. Controlled by Newark Academy far side. They'll try and cut on in, but shut on down by Chisarick, and the Lancers control down in the backfield. Paredes, the keeper, resets with Mr. Speed. Now Hatra pings one down the field. Intercepted. And now Newark Academy will control close side. Doing the shielding of Grossman is Zach Strain, who will now throw it on in for the Minutemen. Lancers now control at the back line. Struntz is trying to get too shifty with it. It's taken away. Here come the Lancers. And my apologies, the Minutemen, as Strain is shut on down by Mr. Speed. My apologies, that was actually Damian Correa for the Minutemen. Here comes the throw-in. This will come from Zach Strain. Zach Strain wearing number 11. Remember, he is the key. 3 goals this season. A hat's worth for Newark Academy. Swung on and missed on the clearance. Ball under pressure. Strain with the opportunity. Now Newark Academy still control as this shot from Luca Longcar is deflected away for Newark Academy's first corner kick of the game. Under 27 minutes. 26:50 to go. Newark Academy trying to work the pressure. They now have a corner kick, close side. Corner kick set to come on in from Alejandro Lorenzo. Fires one in the box, headed on away. Lancers avoid pressure as this one's booted on upfield and put right back into pressure. Lancers will now control as they reset far side. There's a ball to Pessoa. Alter gets in the way of that one, and now the Minutemen control. Played on all the way back. The Minutemen on offense. Down by a goal. Ball swung on far side. Henselvitz in the way of that one, but Newark Academy still control. Here's a cross off the wrong post. And Paredes will get to reset this one. 25:50 left to go in the first half. I'm Ryan Lowry right here on the D1 Media page on the NFHS Network. Lancers control far side. Here's Henselvitz. Henselvitz takes his time, and he gives it right back to where it came from, to Logan Paredes. Paredes resets with Mr. Speed, and the Lancers switch sides of the field, getting this ball back into play. Here's Pessoa getting shifty with it and on getting attacked. Keeps the ball in, but screaming for it to be out was Luca Longcar doing the aggressing, and the ball is thrown right back on in. Our Academy control. Ball played to Strain. He tries to play with Longcar, and it ends with Pessoa shielding off Longcar and throwing it right back on in. Grossman tries to relay one to himself. He's shut down, but he'll throw it right back on in. It's a hard throw-in, right to where it needs to go to Lob Siegel. Siegel, able to move behind the man, drives on down the line, tries to cross one on through. Grossman, stab touch, not able to do so, but the ball is left for a finish from Jared Fisk, and it's 2-0 Lancers. Looks like Chisarick might have gotten a foot on that one as well, so he may get assist credit. But the Lancers have a 2-0 lead here at the Jake. They capitalize early. So a quick 2 goals, Chisarick and Fisk. As I believe, actually, that might not have been a goal. Lancers control. It says 2-0 on the scoreboard. The clock is not running. Here's Lob Siegel. Sends one on up to Fisk. Lancers down the line. Fisk maneuvering around. Puts the ball into the middle, but it's cleared on away. And Newark Academy work out of pressure. Ball played on up, deflected off of Pessoa. Once again, the clock is not running. I repeat, the clock is not running. Fisk plays one on out. Fisher. He'll use Henselvitz. And it's actually 1-0 Lancers as the scoreboard fixes right now. We'll get on this one real soon. Here's Mr. Speed, Krish Malhotra. Offsides was the call. Pessoa drives on down. Crosses one on in, deflected. Pessoa continues with it. Gets groovy with it. And fancy. One in the middle, deflected away. Out of danger. 1-0 scoreline. Ball still played into pressure. And this ball will slowly roll out of play for a corner kick with 23.5 left to go. Whistles blow here as the corner will come on in from the Lancers. So the official call, the offsides, takes the 2 off the scoreboard a little late after it was late to be fixed downstairs. But that has been situated. Now 23-18. Cross coming in from Fisk. As the wind picks up, Fisk will cross one on in. It is high. It is caught by Alter. The big man will slow things down. He's got an assist to his record this season. Minutemen very happy with what they're seeing so far from Alter, the senior goalkeeper. Also with the starting job last year, this far boot is controlled by the Lancers. And now subbing on in is Jake Fitzgerald. He controls. Passes one on past the half mark. Lob Siegel tries to progress with it, but he gets a little too fancy. And cleaning it up, going one-on-one with him, is Jeff Koonsweiler. And now we have a Newark Academy substitution. 27 for 15. Checking on in Jacob Cole. And the Minutemen control. Down in the backfield. Here's Alter. Alter boots one on up. Off the head of Fitz. Fisher doesn't take the bait. Rolls one on back. Plays one on up with his left foot. It's relayed on through by Grossman. And now Fisk is offsides as he shanks this shot. Opportunity with his strong foot. 21:45 left to go. Once again, it said 2-0 for a brief bit, but that was because the goal was called off from Fisk. Chisarick had the first goal of the game. That one counted. And the Lancers have a 1-0 lead here against their Livingston opponents, the Newark Academy Minutemen, coming to this one at 2-3. Lancers 4-1, just came off of a big 1-0 win over West Orange. As Alter plays one on up hard. Fitz, my apologies, relays one out of play, and it's a Newark Academy throw-in. It looks like going to take it will be James Morris, who also checked in as well. And I am, in fact, wrong. My apologies. It looks like playing it in will be Zach Strange. Getting it for him from the bench is Aiden Liu. Newark Academy Plays on the NFHS network, not presented by D1 Media. Of course, you can check all their games out on the on-demand function brought to you by Pixelot. Ball near the 50. Grossman takes one down. It's deflected. Redirected. And Newark Academy, once again, control. Ball played on through. And it was just a little bit too strong there from Koonsweiler. Paredes cleans up the dirt. And it's Henselvitz. Henselvitz now. Swings one through the middle. Strunsis. Finds Fitz. Fitz a strong ball, beautifully placed to Grossman. A little bit too strong of a touch, and it's cleaned up and now shielded in the backfield. Grossman able to get it back. And he has taken down maybe a little bit of a sell there, but Jeff Koonsweiler is in trouble and quickly played on back in and deflected off a couple bodies. Where it is dumped outside, and it's a Lancers throw-in, but there is a substitution. And it's a junior checking in for the Lancers. It's Chris Kane, who also took the year off to focus on club last year. Here's Fitz's throw-in. It's a hard one, and beautifully touch taken by Fisher. Pessoa swings one on far side, elects not to take the weak-footed shot. Henselvitz tries to curl one on in beautifully to Fisk, but Fisk is once again shut down. He's offsides. He's been called offsides 3 times with great opportunities in which he was almost able to capitalize with one. Changed the scoreboard here and on your television, but not in the official books. You will not see it on NJ.com. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, and look at the results and stats of this one. Alter pings one on up the field quite far, and it bounces for the Lancers back line to clean. Fullback Henselvitz plays one on up. It's a fight and scrum in the middle that the Lancers are able to once again win. They're winning every open ball. Ball swung on over to Kane. Kane plays one on up. A little too strong for Grossman, and the back line will clean it up. Kept on in. A little back and forth to the midfield. Grossman pings one up beautifully to Kane. Kane trying to get his first goal. But I believe we saw a deflection right there by number 16 on Newark Academy, Jeff Koonsweiler. And Livingston now has a corner kick opportunity coming from the goal scorer for today, Lucas Chiserick. Chiserick led the team in assists last year as the 12th man off the bench, well with Lucas Lang, who's debatably the 13th man off the bench. 18-20, my apologies, left to go in the first half. Ball played on up and pinged. Headed up in the air by Grossman, who's having a phenomenal season, and a relay back header from Fisk is caught by Alter. Alter on the cleanup. Fixes the mess. Alter takes his time with it. Boots one on up the field. This one is high. It is not as far as usual. 5 men in the middle. And the Lancers able to come up with it once again. Henselvitz, the left fullback. The junior plays one on up to the changing course of Fisher. Swung on up. Grossman relays one. Now here come the Lancers down the field. It's Pessoa. Swung on outside, and a one-touch pass on in, deflected away, but Pessoa wins it back for the Lancers. They'll try and cut on in. Pessoa's getting groovy with it. And he plays one on back. Fitz with the one-touch pass in the middle. Not to the intended target, but a little lucky are the Lancers. The wind picks on up. You can feel it up here. Fisher plays one on in, and the one-touch shot. Just a little too strong from Chris Kane, number 22 for the Lancers. Wind picking on up. Alter to put it back into play. Lancers have a couple warming up players on the bench. There's Matt Hoffman, who scored his first ever varsity goal versus Columbia in their 4-1 win right here at the Jake at 9 a.m. this past Saturday, which was the day after the Lancers fell 35-0 to West Orange in football right here at the Jake. 16:50. This ball is swung on up. At the 40, a touch is taken by Fisk, who overruns this one but keeps control, and the Lancers control at the 50. Fisk gets one back. Pessoa passed it to him. Fisk getting a little aggressed, and the Lancers are able to continue to contain control. Relaxed pace now. And Strunsis. Fisher and now over to the wingback running, fullback Henselvitz. Ball played on in and swept on away by the back line. Fisher. Far side ball to Chiserick. Chiserick on a torrent this game. Passes it on away, but it's deflected right back to him. Lancers control. Hensovitz. One played on up and saved by Alter off of the attempted shot there from Jared Fisk, who's been called offside 3 times, and one of the times he capitalized on the goal. And now Alter will put it on back into play. Ryan Lowry right here on the D1 Media page on the NFHS Network, bringing you today's game. Ball pinged on upfield strong. Feldman doing his sweeping and cleaning it on up. And the Lancers once again control and relax with 15 and a half. Fitz plays one up to Fisk, and now the Lancers will relay one over to Fisher, who sends a beautiful ball, just a little bit too strong for Grossman, but he's quick on it, and he'll relax with the ball far side. It's a 1-on-1. Now a 2-on-1 odd man rush. Grossman goes down. No call comes. It looks like he right there ran into James Morris. Lancers want a substitution. They will get it. Here's number 21, the senior, Colin Miller, as he will take on out Andy Pessoa for the Lancers, who is now having a word with assistant coach Gill. Alter now to play a ball back in. 14:40 left to go in the half. The wind is once again, folks, picking up. The only effect of today's game that may prove to be negative. 1-0 Lancers after a second goal that was on the board was called on off. 3 Lancers sweep that one on up. But here come the Minutemen. Ball controlled. Getting shifty and groovy with it is Newark Academy's Strain. And now Newark Academy control. Reversing course and playing it on back is Longcar. Ball pinged on into pressure, and just too strong as the ball will now roll out of play. And on to the track. A substitution pending and now confirmed as checking on in for Newark Academy. Number 13, James Bradstock. He will jog on into the course of play. Looks like he'll take out number 17, Luca Longcar, putting in a very good effort. The Minutemen corner kick. Now presentable, as you can see on the scoreboard. 13 3/4 of a minute left to go. This ball is pinged on in. Off a Lancer head. Off another Lancer head, and out of pressure. It's a foot race. Far corner. A little physicality, what Newark Academy needs this game. Wins them the ball. Ball played into pressure. Cleared on away by Fisk. And now Newark Academy control. And the back line will receive it. They use the outsides. Ball pinged on in. It's just a little too strong as Paredes will clean up the ball from Alejandro Lorenzo. 13-10. Paredes. A strong boot to roughly the 50. And Newark Academy are able to win it. But a nice play there by Fisher. Clean it on up, and it's passed right on away. Lorenzo plays one on up, and now Newark Academy control. Pinged on through. There's a beautiful through ball. Beat Miller to it. Ooh, down near the box. And Newark Academy are able to win a call here, as it looks like okay. And standing on up for Newark Academy is number 10, which looks to be Zach Strain. So Newark Academy win a call. Strain gets the benefit of the doubt. Didn't look like Miller hit him too hard. Ball just outside the box. Looks like Strain will take it himself as he shares a word with number 13, James Bradstock. There's Paredes. Left side of your screen in goal. Doing the shielding down back there. Whistle blows and the ball's back in play. Pinged on, and Paredes is able to get a hand on it and save a massive goal from tying this ball game. Post side corner kick, now presented from Newark Academy. 1-0 Lancers, 11:50 left to go. I'd like to thank you for joining us right here on the D1 Media Pro page. Hand comes up and the cross comes in. And it's faked. Juked me out, Alejandro Lorenzo. Ball played on in. High in the air. Couple Lancer heads on that one, and it's cleared on away. Newark Academy still controls. But the Lancers are now able to take it away. Strunsis, wearing number 5, the sophomore, the only underclassman starting today, plays one on up. And it's Jared Fisk. Fisk plays a ball on in. Lancers on the attack. A little collision there. And cleaned up by the Newark Academy back line. Rubinetti wants a call. But playing it on out of pressure there, Alejandro Lorenzo, who gets it back, now relays one on up the field past the 50. Miller puts it back in attacking territory, but Newark Academy are able to work together to swing it on back up into the attacking area. Lancers control. It's Chisarick. Plays one on up. Kane. Ooh, massive collision. And Newark Academy are on top of this one. As it's cleared on away, that play was made there by Atlas. Nice play there by Fisher. Lancers control. Chisarick relays one on to Fisher. Fisher shot from far wide. And into the back cave behind the goalie area. "10 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the first half. Ryan Lally right here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Bringing to you today Livingston Lancers and Newark Academy live from Livingston, New Jersey. Two Livingston teams. Obviously, Livingston High School heavily favored, the bigger school. Are up 1-0. They were up 2-0 at one point, which it said on our scoreboard, due to a conflicting offsides call. Grossman gets in the way of this one, and it's turned on over. Fisk relaxes, plays one on back. And this ball's pinged on up. Grossman gets in the way. But this ball's taken away. Now down the other side come Newark Academy. Ball a little too strong. Feldman cleans it up. The intender there was Damian Correa. Paredes pings one up high and out of play, in which a touch is taken by the young ball boy. Newark Academy throwing now. It'll come from number 11, Nate Campbell. Bounces over a few. Strunsis deflects one off the defense, and it's a Lancer throw-in. Two substitutions come on now. Sophomore Evan Bader for the Lancers. And on the other side, Newark Academy. Sky Lee comes on in. 8:50 off the go. Throw-in. Comes on in from Fitzgerald. Ball played on up. Bader on a one-on-one chase. Sweeper relieves it, and Alter plays it right back on out. We see a little back and forth soccer. Ball in the air. One-on-one fight that Fisk is able to win. Fisher. To Fitz. In the air. Newark Academy control. Little collision there, though, makes that one a questionable statement. Bader plays one on up out. That was a beautiful play there by Bader. Bader now reads the run brilliantly. Chased around by 3. Ball deflected out of play. And the Lancers earn themselves a corner far side. 7:55 left to go. It's 1-0 Lancers. Looks like Luke Chisarick will take the kick. Swings one on and Alter cleans it up. And Newark Academy cleared on away far. Strunsis not challenged to the ball as it rolls on out of play. Stoppage of play. Goldsmith, the senior, checks on in. And left back, he takes out Henslowitz. Lancer throw-in to come from Colin Miller, the left back. Plays one on in. It's Fisher, wins the one-on-one, but runs a little too far out of bounds with it. Zach Strain able to, my apologies, yes, Zach Strain able to win Newark Academy a throw-in. Zach Strain, number 10, Nate Campbell, number 11. Ball thrown on in. Newark Academy control. Ball tipped on out and swung on around. Here's Morris. Morris challenged on all sides. Keeps control. Plays on back. Newark Academy now press on up the field. There's a ball pinged on through past the defensive line. Campbell. And he will have to recourse as Fitzgerald interrupts his drive. And it's a Newark Academy corner with 6:15 left to go in the half. Lancers hold a 1-0 lead. I'd like to thank the hosting Livingston Lancers, Livingston High School Administration, and Livingston Public Schools, Dr. Matthew J. Block, the superintendent. We'd also like to thank Mrs. Danielle Rosenzweig, the principal, head coach Rubinetti and his JV freshman and varsity staff as the ball is pinged on in from the corner and cleared on away. And all others, including Mr. Richard Porfido, the athletic director, who made today's production possible. Cleared on away. And out of pressure, this ball will bounce, and it's up to Atlas to do the job. Plays one on up, and out of play. Lancers throwing. Quickly thrown on in. Atlas plays one right back, but it stays in play. There's a 1-2 pass. Lancers progress up the field. A recourse. And the ball sent to Fitz at left back. Nice one-touch pass to Fisk. Fisk maneuvers around two, slide tackle. Might have saved the day as it was debatably a foul. And cleared out of play. Fisher controls. Lifts one right to the defensive line. Now tries to win one back off a couple Minutemen. Chisrick recourses. Plays one on out and the Lancers control. Fitz plays one far side and it's cleared on away. Still under pressure are the Minutemen. This one's lifted on up. And now the Minutemen are able to control off of James Bradstock. Plays one on up. Deflected high in the air. Strunsis tries to bring it down. But the Minutemen are on top of it. Bradstock stopped on his tracks. And Strunsis wins the ball for the Lancers. 4:20 left to go. Fisher tries to relay one, and it's intercepted. And the Minutemen come down the other side. There's a nice move, but Feldman sweeps it away and plays one on upfield. It's Fisk. Backheel pass. Feldman. High. Alter. Easy catch. As if he's a center fielder in baseball. The Minutemen control. This ball booted upfield. I believe it's still in play. And it is. Feldman almost loses it, able to hold on to it with his strength on the ball, and off the ball as well. I see ground pings one on up. Chisarick will reset with Grossman. Grossman. Down the field to Fitzgerald. Plays one on up. It's Fisk. Overruns purposely. Regains control, now cuts on into the middle. Here's a left-footed cross. Off a Minutemen head. That looks to be number 4. Alex Atlas held liable. And now the Lancers have a corner kick coming from the one, the only Lucas Chisarick. A corner kick from Chisarick with under 3 minutes left to go in the half. Once again, I'm Ryan Lowry right here presenting to you today's Livingston Derby here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Livingston Lancers with a 1-0 lead off of Chisarick, who's now kicking the corner goal. Looked like Fisk also had a goal, which the scoreboard changed in his favor, but was reversed on back later. As he was offsides. Fisk works a 1-2 with Grossman, and the ball is punched out of play of some sorts. And, well, Fisk will do it again far side. Grossman's lined up right in front of him. He'll now retrieve himself back. Chisarick raises his hand, lifts one high in the air. The Lancers head just a little too strong right there from Noah Fisher. Substitution. Minutemen will check on in Michael Russo. And they will check on out Miller Burns, number 18. Under 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. 1-0 Lancers over their in-town friends, Newark Academy, from the other side. Alter bombs one up to the 45. Now to the 40 of the football yard line here at this multi-purpose facility. Newark Academy control. Played on up, and the Lancers now come down the other side. Here's Chisarick. Tries to race down the line. Lorenzo has other plans. Chisarick able to maneuver around. Stopped and punched on out of bounds for a Lancer throw-in. Chisarick leaves it for the fullback of Colin Miller, the senior. Throws it on in. Relayed right back to him. Takes a touch. His relay pass is taken away, and now the Minutemen come down the other side, but Miller interrupts that one, showing off his track speed as a distance runner. Fitz pings a beautiful ball on in, cleared on away. Lancers control, though, and the Minutemen are able to sweep it on up at the line. Struncis, the sophomore, plays the ball to the back line, is able to clean on out. This one is headed into an attack where Bader, it just misses his first goal of the season. Bader, wide open space. We don't have replay here on the NFHS network, but if we had one, we would show just oh so close that first goal of the season would have been for Evan Bader, as it looks like that will do the first half with 25 seconds. Lancers with a 1-0 lead, as if they think they should be up by more, considering the way they've been controlling the pace of the game and the amount of opportunities they've opened up that have rather been called offside or have just missed by inches. This ball is played on up to the 40. An attackative head there by Fitzgerald, and the Lancers control with 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. That will do the half here at the Jake. After the first half here at this Livingston Derby, the visitors, Newark Academy, with nothing, and the Livingston Lancers up with a goal that came from Lucas Chiswick. So we are at halftime right here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Once again, I'm Ryan Larrick. Stay tuned for the second half between Newark Academy with nothing and Chiswick's goal, helping Livingston propel to be up 1-0.
It's hard to get to everything we have going on here. I mean, this high school has so much. And now you're offering the ability to watch those events without having to travel there.
My dad travels a lot, so he likes to watch the events. Like if I'm playing a volleyball game and he can't make it, he'll watch it and he loves it.
I think it was homecoming. It was Friday night, and it was a punt return, and I returned it all the way back for a touchdown. And then, of course, I showed all my family members, and they really liked it. They liked to see what their family members can do.
Golden Lions.
I think this broadcast is essential because our team is global, and we got people all over the world going to watch the game. So without this, there's no way they can do that.
These kids and these players feel loved. They feel important. And by broadcasting it, you have a bigger group that you're reaching that allows them to know those kids.
Are you interested in pursuing a career in sports marketing or creating impactful sports content? You can get experience in high school by being a part of the RISE program powered by Ortho Carolina. It will give you a head start on an exciting career. The RISE program exposes students to industry professionals and gives them real-world experience by creating content and marketing the teams at their own high school. To find out how you can be a part of RISE, email us at contact@readinessandsportseducation.org.
New Jersey, that was... I can't see it. Black out. It's blurred. Well, it's supposed to be blurry. Hear that?
This one's obvious.
Blackhawks or Ducks?
So obvious.
Oh no! Blackhawks!
What did you say the first time? I didn't even hear.
I said Rangers, it's Blackhawks.
Yeah, it's Blackhawks.
I'm in Chicago was the home team twice, so this is not a gimme series for Edmonton. But I still make the other succinct.
This is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Do you want your school to be covered by the #1 live stream service in the state of New Jersey so the entire country can see moments like this?
We play once again. Free kick coming for the Mountaineers. Short shot on goal. On post. And West Orange gets the goal. And they win. They take down the #2 ranked Seton Hall Pirates. Bullock takes the snap. He's going to take it himself. Barreling towards the goal line, and he's in. Carriage Bullock from 3 yards out. And the Marauders lead it 20-7.
Or be a witness to championships like these.
Montclair are state sectional champions. They defeat Livingston 4-1, and the Mounties sweep the boys and girls brackets in back-to-back wins over the Lancers. 3-2. There goes the runners. Swing on and miss. Strike 3. That does it. The Cranford Cougars are the Last Dance World Series champions.
Or have exclusive interviews with players and coaches.
Maroon and Silver Star pitcher Teague Mulcahy. I'm here with Cranford star Ryan Jaros.
With the Bergen Crusaders, star of the game, Luis De La Cruz.
Here with West Orange head coach Doug Nevins. And all right, now here with star goalkeeper Nikolai Matthews of this West Orange Mountaineer team. Nikolai. Here with Claire Manning after Montclair picks up a 4-1 win over Livingston. I'm here with Molly Brumback, the goalkeeper. Molly, what was today like? Here with West Orange girls varsity coach Sean DeVore.
Then join the D1 Media Pro team, New Jersey's #1 live streaming service.
Heads up, Jack. Understood. This took him and decreasing. Ethan Horton dribbles into the front court to Khalil Whitney. Going to the basket and the jam.
With them because they are getting resources from the city. They are getting resources, and they're arguing with us about the timeliness of those resources.
Listen up. You all have been missing way too many plays. And it's time to make some changes. Effective immediately. You'll all be joining my team, the NFHS Network. If it happens in high school, we got it covered. We've got your favorite high school sports wherever you want them, whenever you want them. Streaming live or on demand. Plus, with a few well-executed moves here, here, and here, you can find and follow your favorite school or team.
But what if I...
Hey! There is no I in the word team, but there is in the word clip, which is what you can do with our new clip and share tool. Watch the game, clip the moment, share it with all of your fans. It's simple, people. When you're teamed up with the NFHS Network, there's no excuse to miss another play. Now you get out there and you watch some sports. Your high school, your team, your game, streaming live only on the NFHS Network. Who's gonna slap that hand?
Moments away from the second half here at L.J. Jacobson Field in Livingston, New Jersey, between the Livingston Lancers and their friends from across town, the Newark Academy Minutemen. I'm Ryan Lowry, right here, flying solo on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. It is 1-0. Livingston Lancers off of a goal scored from Lucas Chisrick, his second of the season. He scored both Lancers' goal in recent time, as the most recent other Lancers' goal coming before this game was against the West Orange Mountaineers, resulting in a 1-0 victory. West Orange currently playing right now on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network down at their home at Lincoln Field on the campus of West Orange High School. Kevin Conley on the call for that one. Interested in checking out how Livingston's neighbors, the West Orange Mountaineers, are doing? Hit the back button on the NFHS Network. Stay on the D1 Media Pro page and scroll down so you see West Orange. That's the warning horn. Lancers will now come from under the hut, far side, and return to game duties. Remember, we always bring today's man of the match at the conclusion of the game, brought to you by the Elif Muhammad Nia School, proud sponsor of D1 Media Pro. Our academy will kick it back off into play. It'll come from what looks to be number 8, from this distance at least, Elon Bronze. And it will be confirmed it is Elon Bronze. Back in goal to no shock is Alter, Max Alter, doing the dirty work back there in goal with an assist on the season. A phenomenal goalkeeper, one of the top in the conference. So 40 fresh minutes of soccer left to be played. We switch sides here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. Lancers to your right on the screen. Newark Academy defending to your left. Two officials, a far official and a close official. The close official is in charge today. I'm Ryan Lowry on commentary. I'd like to thank Coach Hernando Santamaria of the Minutemen of Newark Academy down across the other side of town, and Coach Rubinetti for the Livingston Lancers. Assistant coaches Dan Petrillo for Newark Academy, and Coach Gill for Livingston High School, former freshman coach, promoted varsity assistant. Once again, we're just awaiting Livingston to come out of their huddle now. They look to present the same way as they started today's game, including Mr. Speed and Aaron Henselvitz, the wingbacks, my apologies, the fullbacks, and in the middle, Feldman and Strunzis, as we are back for the second half right here on the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS Network. It's 40 fresh minutes and a close game between the Livingston Lancers and the Newark Academy Minutemen. Throw in now. Controlled by the Minutemen. They swing it on back now. Here's the ball swung on up. Newark Academy control in the middle. Botched on through. Ends in the feet of Fisher. And played on back to Feldman, who resets course all the way back to Logan Paredes. Paredes, close side option of Feldman once again. Feldman reverses on the ball. Plays far side to Mr. Speed. Locks down Logan. Bombs one on up. Here's Fisher, the CDM. His ping a little weak. Minutemen control. Ball passed on away from Jacob Cole, who will now get it back. Reset course. Played on up. Newark Academy down a goal. It's 1-0 on your D1 Media Pro scoreboard on the NFHS Network. Here come the Lancers far side. Overstepping a little bit is Lob Siegel. He goes one-on-one in the corner with Atlas. And he shields him on away for a Lancers throw-in far side. 38 1/4 of a minute left to play in regulation. In what I could say is regulation at the moment, as Newark Academy is going to try and tie this ball game on up. They need a goal. Ball thrown on in. Into pressure. Off a Lancer head and pumping it right over the net are the Lancers. Looked like Fisk and Pessoa, the junior and senior, had some miscommunications in there. resulting in the ball botched over the net. Lancers miss another key opportunity near the 6. Ball about to be kicked on up now from Alter. Job is done. To the 50, headed on up in the air. Still up in the air. Back and forth headers. Results in Lancers control. Here's Chiserick. Chiserick with the goal. Whistle blows, Livingston on the advantage, and they'll put the ball back into play here from Charlie Grossman. Grossman having a breakout season last year. It all started with him, his phenomenalism, I guess you can say, his brilliant play. Started last year in the quarterfinals of the sectional tournament versus Union City. Grossman almost had one of the best assists I have ever seen. And a goal to snag onto that one. Lancers took that one home 2-0 off of his friend junior Zach Feldman's goal, who is a junior, third-year varsity starter. Likely going to repeat his first-team all-conference and maybe even push into all-state. A phenomenal sleeper. Played a little up top last year in which he scored more than a pair. Ball deflected out of play right there from James Bradstock. Lancers throw-in comes in quickly. Right back to Henselwitz where it came from. Played on in. A little too strong for Grossman. Able to regain control. Ball ends up with Fisher. And now far side to Chiserick. Maneuvers his way around. James Morris. Ball played on in. Alter on the catch. Relieves pressure. 1-0 Lancers. Right here. On the D1 Media Pro page on the NFHS network. Ball played on up past the 50 by Alter. Ball ends out of bounds, in which both Coach Gill and Coach Urbanetti cannot get a hand on it. So the ball boy comes in handy for this one. Relaying the throw-in is Lorenzo, as he will let his friend Bradstock throw it on into him. However, the Minutemen lose the ball. Ball played on up. It's a Grossman chase. Grossman loses the fight. This ball rolls out of bounds, as clearing it away is Jeff Coons-Wheeler. Grossman, though, resets quickly from the outside. Pessoa pings one on in off Coons-Wheeler. Out for a corner kick. There's Eric Bullino, Lancers swing player junior. Got the varsity job today. Already has a start on the season. He started versus Milburn in the Lancers 1-0 victor to start off the season. Jared Fisk, last year's Lancers leading goal scorer. A D3 college soccer commit. Pings a corner way too strong and out of play. Alter will reset it back. 34-35 left on the clock. And the score remains 1-0 Lancers. Ball played far side, up the field. Here come the Minutemen. They control out back. Ball played on up close side. Pessoa maneuvered around. This ball's pinged on up. But Feldman cleans up the ball from Sky Lee. Ball played back in from Bradstock. Bradstock's throwing, not too shabby. Mr. Speed, miscommunication with his center back, Zachary Feldman, forces a corner kick. 33-40 is what remains on the clock. This corner comes from the starter, Alejandro Lorenzo. Raises his hand. Bombs one on in to pressure for the Lancers. Out of danger. Poor touch on the ball there from Atlas. Feldman, my bad, Pessoa, no problem, takes over. Ball played on out far side. Siegel overruns it. And the Minutemen are able to earn the ball back and play it on upfield off of James Morris's deflection. Here's a through ball sent brilliantly. Feldman wins the race and cleans it on up. And the ball is out of pressure to the ball boy, Eric Bullino. Minutemen quickly throwing on in now. Ooh, taking a hard hit on the back there was Grossman, getting tossed around. Off of the leg of Sky Lee. Ball back in play now. Lancers control. Played on up here is Pessoa. The Ironbound right back and the Lancers multi-position player. Plays one over to Fisk, far side. Fisk, the D3 college soccer commit, deflects one out of bounds for a Lancers far side corner. Left side of the field. From your distance on the camera. Lancers trying to get tricky on the short play. As you can see, there's them lining up out there. North Academy Minutemen send a man out there to stop the short ball to Fisher. From the crossing, Fisk, who signals everyone to get on in. Ball soon to come on in, I hope. Indeed it does. It's a weak ball. Still under pressure. Shot deflected. Pessoa's relay. Off his own man. He's frustrated with that one. Henselvitz has to reset far back. Mr. Speed. Lays one on up. Little fight there. Won by Feldman and over to Fisher. Fisher swings it on through a brilliant ball offsides and unable to finish at the same time as Charlie Grossman as the official holds up his right hand high in the air to signify offsides. Great ball though to split the defenders to no fault of the Lancers there. As the ball be played on back in with 9 minutes left to go on the clock. 1-0 Lancers. This ball is bombed. It is high, it is far, and it is out of bounds for Lancers throwing. And incoming Matt Hoffman. He takes out Lobsiegel up top. Hoffman converted full and center back to forward. Lancers playing around with positions. It's working out for him. They try to move to 5-1 with a victory today. Grossman pinches one on out to the 50. Pessoa on the attack. Plays one on out to Krishmal Hatra. A dummy. Does not work out in the Lancers' favor. A little pushy there. And the North Academy will have a fresh restart. Alter comes all the way out from his crease to take it. We're 10 minutes through the second half. Alter pinpoints one high. Off the head of Fisher. Minutemen will let it roll. Touch taken too strong from Sky Lee. Thrown on in quickly by Captain Fisher. Pushed right back. Fisher catches it. Puts it back in play with the throw-in. It's to Hoffman, who had his first goal in his high school soccer career, who pins one beautifully to the middle. Relayed on back there, but Fisk receives no help as the ball is cleared out of play. Pessoa runs on over to it for the throw-in. Under 30 minutes left to play of soccer this evening here at the Jake. Ball thrown on in. Hoffman. Deflected cross earns a corner kick. So now a corner kick will come from Fisk. Fisk doing the corner kicking. Raises his hand. Puts one on up. In. And the header into the back of the net for a Lancers second goal. Feldman and Fisk, two veteran Lancer varsity players, sack the ball into the back of the net. And just like that, it's 2-0 Lancers. 28-45. And oh boy, Zach, you got to be happy about that one. You've just doubled your team's lead. You've been trying all game to do that one, and you successfully do it right there. 2-0 Lancers. As everyone trots back to reset positions, we are back underway. Minutemen control. Here's the fullback. Blue plays Alter from 2-1 number-wise, and right back from 1-2. And right back to 1. Alter bombs one on up. We see an official's whistle. We'll keep an eye on him. What's the call? And it's a free kick for the Minutemen. 28. Enough to go. Bombed on up. Touch taken in the air and played back right up. Overran. Minutemen control and reset down at the back. Alter bombs one up high. Brought on down. Minutemen control. Relay pass. Close side overrun out of bounds there. Throw in. 2 balls come in at the same time. Newark Academy want to check on in Damian Correa and Zach Strain. Ball to be thrown on in now by the left fullback Henselwitz. Headed over to Chiserick, and one touch passed on over to Fisher, who puts the fish back in to the water with a pass to Feldman and a run to Hoffman. Hoffman, a one-on-one. Let's see what he can do. And he turns it over. Minutemen now down the other side. An aggressive punch right there from Fisher, a shoulder punch. Looks to send Burns down for a throw-in now for the visitors. And actually a free kick, my apologies. The keeper to now send it back on in. Max Alter. 26-45. Alter. Ping down the field, where it will roll and be kept on in by Rosu. Lancers take over. Here they come down the field. Pass on up, Grossman. Relay pass, sent on up. The back line handles that one for the Minutemen. Throw in from Chiserick. My apologies. Lancers control. Ball played on up. This is Grossman, leading the team in goals. Beautiful run to Chiserick, who's had the most recent 2 of the 3 goals the Lancers have scored these past 2 games. Yucht will check on in for the Lancers. The Pesa Academy senior. Newark Academy as well check in a pair. They check in Damian Correa and Zach Strain. Number 19, Damian Correa. Number 10, Zach Strain. Mr. Speed will throw the ball on in with his hands. Doesn't need the feet for this one. It's a strong throw-in. Deflected out of play, and the official signals for the ball to be placed on the corner, in which the ball boy has that one handled, Eric Bolino. Screaming for a short play are the Lancers. Santa Maria repeats it, and he wants to send the Minutemen on in. So here's the ball. Sent on in. Strong and deflected into the back of the net for a 3rd Lancers goal and his 2nd of the game, Zach Feldman. And just like that, it's 3-0 Lancers. 25-01. And the Lancers are just cruising through the second half, making up for all the opportunities they've previously missed. Ball put back into play now. Minutemen control, they're down 3-0. Lancers trying to move to 5-1. Played on up. Player goes down. Minutemen earn a free kick. It'll come from Atlas as Lorenzo goes down. And Atlas will decide to smartly leave it for Alter's strong foot to be present at the moment, who bombs this one deep down the field. Henselwitz on the touch. It's a scrum at the 20. Won by the Minutemen, but Henselwitz cleans it on up and deflects one out of play. Tough break for the Minutemen as this one was deflected off of James Bradstock. And incoming Jake Hans, his 2nd game of the season for the Lancers. Able to keep a half shutout versus Bloomfield. And the Lancers' victory now will try and relieve the great Logan Paredes with 24 minutes. The Lancers' goalkeeping squad doing their job. They may not be replacing Benjamin Pollock, because that's quite the difficult thing to do. but they're doing their job as a pair. Touch taken by Hoffman. Here's Grossman. They laid on up. Ball shipped on in. Here's Strain. Collides with Feldman. Feldman does not win the upper half of the call. He'll retreat back with the rest of his line. Looks like Strain's to take it now. Or leave it, as a matter of fact, for his amigo, Alejandro Lorenzo. 23-12. 3-0 Lancers on your D1 Media Pro scoreboard. 2 goals from Feldman and 1 from Chiserick. Ball played on in, cleared on away. Grossman tripped on up, earns the call, and it looks like the guilty favor of that one is Strain. Ball played on up now quickly to Henslowitz. Up he goes. Odd man rush. Gets through 2. By getting a little feisty and salty about his Atlas as he pokes one out of play for a corner kick. My apologies, actually a goal kick. Colin Miller checks on in for the Lancers, and he takes out Connor Strunzis, the sophomore. The senior for sophomore. Substitution right there. Here at the Jake. Ball played on up to the 50 and touched on down. Academy press it on up. Lancers control as we zoom in closer to the action. It's a throw-in coming from Newark Academy's Alejandro Lorenzo, it looks to be, who the throw-in was intended to, but it's relayed off him and Fisk controls. Plays one on back. Lancers try and progress upfield, but it's turned around the other way. Here comes Correa. Ships the ball hard and through, but Feldman communicates brilliantly with Jake Hans, and Hans gets his first touch of the ball game in his second game of the season. Last year he was called up as a freshman as the third stringer in the state tournament, in which he went with the Lancers all the way to Montclair for the finals, in which they lost 3-0. Ben Cessio, my apologies, 3-0. Ben Cessio, the senior, the graduated senior, now playing college soccer on an absolute torrent. Chiserick keeps it on in. Wins the fight in the backfield. Swings one on up. Fisk trying to get dancy with it. Poked on out and cleared away. And kept in play. Here come the Minutemen down the other side. Swung on, close side, controlling Lee. My apologies, Broadstock. Set ball. Pinged on up. It's a foot race that Feldman wins and uses Hans for to maneuver around Lou. Hans. Right back to Feldman. Was just able to get this one out of pressure, where it's deflected up in the air. Newark Academy, control. Header in the air. Brought down, here's Chiserick. Works a 1-2 with Grossman, but the official whistles this stoppage. Runs on in. Clock stops with 22-27. Waiting to see what this one is. It's going to be a communication. The band picks on up in the background. A substitution looks to be coming from Clark Wagner. Quick communication. Here's a substitution made. Sikelis comes in for Lou, 2 starters, exchanging each other. More come in. Wait for the whistle. And we play soccer here at the Jake once again, as rain is now entering. Lancers control. Hopefully this isn't anything too bad. Played on back. Don't recall anything being in the forecast, but a cloud is in the midst. This ball rolls out of play. This is your look, sky-wise. It is a cloud. It's not too big of a cloud as the ball's thrown on in. At least fake thrown in, then officially put in by Sikelis. Lancers come down the other side. Hopefully it needed anything too bad. There's a ball sent on up. Here's Tyler Borowitz. Plays the ball on in, too strong. And it's kept on in by Alter. Alter quickly plays one in. Where it's touched on up. Ball is high. Bounces. And it's cleared on away as the wind picks up. Looks just to be a passing cloud. We see clear skies in the background, which is what we really hope for. As Borowitz throws one on in. Touch Hoffman. Back to Borowitz. Here comes a spurt of wind and some drops of rain. Ball pinged on in. The header not in time. Lancers still hold control as they've been doing all game. I'd say it's been an 80-20 possession bout. Down the other side come the Minutemen. Ball flagged on down the field. And pinged on up, where it's intercepted by Henselwitz. And sent on up to Borowitz, who's getting shifty with it and losing it. Where it's kicked on up to the 40. The wind picking up, folks. We are at the Jake, which means we play through rain. Turf ain't a worry of ours. With 18:30 left to go, here's Borowitz. Borowitz is aggressive, but he wins the fight. Losing it with a spinorama is Goldsmith, and here's the odd man rush that Hans gets in the way of and boots on up to the Lancers' attacking side of the field, where it's pushed on back to the 50, where Goldsmith controls and plays one on up. Goldsmith, number 8. There's a beautiful ball sent on in, and the keepers continue to erupt the action. 3-0 Lancers. Newark Academy control far side near the 50, but in defensive territory. Here they come as they now prove on to the attack. Passed on in. Can they formulate a shot? They will from wide. Sails over. Hans will reset into play now. Lancers make 2 substitutions. It's Ming Ma and it's Eric Bullenow. 2 players who played last year club soccer. One of them played JV. The other one did not play in the program. 58% chance of rain here at the moment. Ball played up. Relayed on back from Hoffman. Lorenzo controls, and it's played on back by the Minutemen. Quick ball to Atlas. Atlas maneuvers round. Relays one on out. The deflection from Sekelis, and the ball is played on up. In which a header fight is won by Sekelis with his feet. Bullenow fights it on out, and he can't win this race, so here come the Mountaineers. My apologies, not the Mountaineers. The Minutemen. Down the field, they control Sekelis. Sekelis, one-on-one with Ming Ma. Works a 1-2. There's a beautiful through ball right there. Can the cross come in? Nope, it's deflected. There's a good running effort right there from number 27, Michael Russo. Official, standing right there, signals for a goal kick, in which it will come in soon. 16-12, minimal spurt of unexpected rain to enter here at the Jake. This is your sky look. Not too scary, but not too clear. Looks like a cloudy, windy continuation of this ball game. Under 16 minutes left to go. Jacobs bombs one up. Off couple heads. Back heeled up. Remember, a lot of rain expected in the forecast this Thursday. We're expecting a somewhat storm's worth of rain, keeping the boats out of the water. And docked up at the marina, likely canceling a lot of grass soccer games, maybe some turf games as well. West Orange, I believe, have a game on Thursday versus Cranford. Don't take my word on that on the girls' side. I believe I'll be there for that one, if weather permits. Collision on the outside. Newark Academy putting on pressure. The shot deflected out. And Bullenow plays one on up, in which a touch is whiffed at and headed up in the air. In the middle, Atlas relays one on up. Sekelis. Both teams trade heads with multiple players. It's Ming Ma. Nice pass to Bullenow. Bullenow reverses course. Excellent play by Bullenow. Goldsmith back to Bullenow. The set piece taken up by Bullenow. The send is interrupted. And pieced on forward. Whistle blows from the official. We move upfield. And we also see 14:35 left to play as the ball is going to be left for the keeper. Alter for the Minutemen. No more rain, but clouds still in the sky. Weather Channel says 58% at the moment. Banged under pressure. And Bullenell relieves play. Neil Hajib entering for the Lancers. Jacob Cole entering for the Minutemen. Hold on there. Nope, here they come. Checking on out is Henslowitz. And Lorenzo. 13:50. Clock didn't stop. And the throw-in comes as it's deflected out of play. A nice impromptu win at the moment. Ball deflects. Lancers come up on top. Here they come up the field. It's Hajib. Beautiful left-footed ball far side. Offsides. So just offsides. Caught whacking at his position is Borelowitz as in comes heavy spurts of wind. Ball's played right back on in. And controlled by the Minutemen. Swung on close side. Nice outside footed ball. Ends up in a Lancers turnover. Turnover for the Lancers. Neil Hajib. He's quick and pacey with it, as he's showing right now. And he plays a nice ball to Ming Ma on the wing. Ball out of play. Atlas thought he won the throw-in, but he did not, in fact. 12.5 left to go in the second and final half. Overtime, increasingly less likely. As we're waiting for a Colin Miller throw-in, which is quickly given to Bullenell. Bullenell. On a one-on-one, slide tackles one into the box, in which it's cleared away. Relayed on up. This is Russo. Strunsis. Hoffman and back. Lancers possess far side. Yucht loses it. Cleaned up by Goldsmith, and Hoffman pings the ball down the field. Last line stops that one from being a problem from Nick Sikelis. But there's a foot race on the far side that continues the pressure. A nice play there from Borelowitz. Chipper stopped by Alter as a spurt of wind enters abruptly. 1-2 relay. Ball continues to roll on the left side of your screen. Ends up in the middle somehow, and Alter cleans it up. Throws it like a bocce ball down the middle. Nice play by Miller. The track distance runner will now showcase his speed. He plays one up through the middle. Ma's touch is poor as it's cleared on away to the 50. Hoffman's touch. Pass to the fullback. It's Fitzgerald. Played on up, now it's Yucht. Now it's back to Hoffman. And over to Strunsis and back to Hoffman. Hoffman doesn't make chase for a poor pass as it's cleaned on up by Fitzgerald. The junior and brother of Stefan Bullenell, Eric Bullenell. Stefan Bullenell, former Lancer. Now a U.S. soccer official and Temple University attendee. Played on up. Back heel pass from Borelowitz, showing off his strength of the game, which is skill. Hajib with speed and skill, trying to showcase it. His shot deflected and cleaned on up by Russo. But put back on in by Fitzgerald. Poorly timed, but not a problem for Alter. With 10. Alter drops it. Plays a long ball. It is high. It is far. And it is controlled by not by a Mountaineer. My apologies. No West Orange in today's game. by a Minuteman. Here comes Newark Academy. They sprint down the field. This ball stopped. A little back and forth in the middle. Played on through. Shoving him down to the ground was Fitzgerald. Slow to get up, but looking to be all right is Nate Campbell. Campbell makes chase to the ball. 19:20, our clock is running just like theirs. Left for it to be taken is Miller Burns. My apologies, not Miller Burns. Zach Strain, number 10 for Newark Academy. There's your look at what it's looking like currently in the 18. 9 minutes left to go. We're going to review the Newark Academy schedule next, right here on the D1 Media page on the NFHS Network. The leading goal scorer with 3. Pings one wide. It's a goal kick for the Lancers. As subbing back in is Ashton Zhao, actually coming in for the first time, my apologies. Checking on out the starter, Michael Russo. Hosting Verona next is Newark Academy across town. That will be on 9/28, 6 days from today. So they got a long break after this one. 2 days later, they host Montclair. So tough schedule coming. And then Princeton Day School. Out of conference matchup against a team all the way from South Jersey, really closer to Philadelphia than to New York. Ball played on up by the sophomore goalkeeper, Jay Kahns. Controlled by the Minutemen. Off the head of Zhao. And now here come the Lancers. It's Hajib. Rain entering the facility once again here at the Jake. Livingston High School in Essex County, New Jersey. An SEC matchup between two Livingston schools. Attempted ball played up, deflected. And the ball will be slow to be put back in. Clapped on up. A little back and forth as wind pushes through the facility. Ball played on up. Here's a chase. Cleaned on up. Stopping a potential Zach Strain blow. Wind is really welcoming itself here, as well as rain. Spurts and patches here and there. Only 7 minutes left to play. It's picking up. Here come the Lancers. The wind really pushing the rain as well. Whistle blows. Do we have thunder and lightning in the forecast is the question. That's what I'm asking. Lancers control now. This ball's played on up the field. And out of play. Where Lancers throwing. 6:45. My apologies, a Minuteman throwing. 6:45 left to go. A stoppage of play. Ball thrown on in now. As everybody moves their stuff inside, pace of play starts to slow down. 6:20. And the rain is really picking up hard here. Colin Miller throws one on in. Control from Newark Academy. And now the Lancers control. Played on back to the 50. Now the rain will slow down for a bit and come right back. That's really the look we're worried about right now is the weather. The forecast as an unexpected patch comes on in. Here come the Lancers down the field. Opportunity. Strain stops it. Shuts down Yucked in his tracks from his first ever varsity goal. Took his sophomore year off due to injury. Comes on back for junior year on JV where he played phenomenally, earned a starting spot. As the rain slows down, and now here he is playing varsity soccer. Great story. The Pesa Academy product. Fun fact, I'm on his team. Ball thrown on into pressure. Opportunity. Briming Ma shut down and Strain controls. Strain rolls one back into play. The Minutemen now progress up down the field. Here they come. 5 minutes left to go. 3-0 Lancers. Ball a little too strong to Strain, but he's able to progress this one on up. Strain. Pushing forward. Playing one-on-one with the sophomore Strunsis, who's able to win this battle. It is a Minutemen throw-in. A far side Minutemen throw-in. 4:35. Rain comes to a halt. Pushed on upfield. This is a high ball. Caught by Hans. 4:20 now left to go in the game. Time winding down, pace extremely slowing down. Rain as well. The good news to this one, ball played on up. Over Hajib. Hajib traps this one. Sends a through ball to Yacht. Some shielding there from Morris and Alter. Stops anything further as the ball is quickly put back into play. Played on upfield and overran. Out of bounds for Lancer Strong. Lancers Field Hockey Senior Night. Soon to come. Ball deflected on up. Yucked. And here comes a throw-in for Fitzgerald and the Lancers as they enter the camera. 3.5. Once again, unexpected rain in the forecast making its appearance. Throw-in. Deflected. In the air. Bunch of heads on it. Bolino gets in the way and shoots, but Alter on the catch. Alter bombs one up. Bounced. And touched out of play for a throw-in. Strain. Miller puts it back into play as it's tipped on up and rolls out of bounds. 2:45 left to go. Ball to be thrown back in, whistle blows for a stoppage. And they will push the ball on back. Throw in from Atlas. Strong. Enough to get to the 50 as it's popped on up with the head. Ma tries to keep it on play. It's out. Atlas will chug on over to the sideline near his bench and throw it back in, which he does so successfully. Lancers back line contested. Ball in the air. Couple Lancers collide, and Bolino might look to be down. He gets right on up. Hopefully he's all right. He looks to be shooken. Ball now we put it back into play by Colin Miller. Lancers control. Miller. Rain out of the way now. Ajib. Looking for a clear path, can't get it. Resets back. Strunsis, who beautifully recourses and throws Strain off his balance. Colin Miller. And the Minutemen control. But Hajib easily gets it back. There's a ball beautifully sent on in, but it's too strong. Strain touches it with his feet and picks it on up. 90 seconds left to go. Before full time, ball rolled back in. Here's Atlas, winds for the big boot, and sends one down the field, in which Miller reads it beautifully, and the official signals for a Lancers throw-in. 70 seconds. Miller's throw-in. Touched back into play by Ming Ma. Here come the Lancers, still putting pressure on as this ball from Bolino is tipped away. Atlas to do the sweeping. Under a minute. And we can hear the Livingston Band's practice rendition in the background of Here Comes the Sun. Ball to be thrown on in. Ajib to Miller. Sends one in the air, in which it will be headed out of bounds. Atlas will chase it. He can't get there. There's a look at the Lancers band back there. Full in practice for this Friday's event. Lancers take their time with 20 seconds left to go on the clock. As you can see on the clock as well on the bottom for an Eric Bolino corner. And Bolino severely takes his time here, and I don't even think we will get it off as he is shut down. Sends it on in anyway, but it's not going to matter. So 3-0 is your final score. Chiswick Puts the Lancers on the board. Fisk thought he scored. He was called offsides. A couple opportunities for Bader shut down as well. But then Feldman plates 2 in the second half, separated by about roughly 10 minutes. So that will do it here at the Jake in the Livingston Derby. Newark Academy moves to 2-4. Lancers up to 5-1 with their only loss from the Seton Hall Prep Pirates. Lancers continuing to try and make a run into the ranking system. I'd like to thank the officials and all who made today's production possible here on the Deal Media page of the NFHS Network. My name is Ryan Lally. Once again, Lancers move to 5-1 on the season with a 3-0 lead. Newark Academy on the other side fall to 2-4. So that will do it here from the Jake. Have a fabulous rest of your evening.